So I have experience from the federal point of view. And that's the place where you're going to start. And if you're going to go with federal financial aid, you'd have to learn some acronyms. Because the whole thing about financial aid is just one big acronym. You start off, you take your W-2s, fill out your 1040s, use your 1040s to fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA is sent to CPS. CPS calculates your EFC, which shows up on your ISER, but shows up on the school SAR. The school uses the EFC from the SAR to subtract it from the COA to get your NEET, which is also known as NEET. So anyone who knows what I say can leave. You don't have to stay. But basically, what you're going to do, and I have it up on the screen, is the FAFSA is online. That's the first thing you need to do at the beginning in January of the year you're going to be going to school. Like, right now, for sake of simplicity, I'm going to talk about the 2011, assume it's 2011, 2012. So you just, in a traditional setting, traditional school, you start in the fall, and then your second semester would be in the spring, which will start in January of 2012. So you start filling it out. Well, you should have started filling it out already. If you haven't, there's still time. You fill out the FAFSA, and if you've got one of these, I've included, you can get one later, but they're on the back, there's plenty of them. I've also included a little worksheet that will help you, so you don't just go online and start filling something out. You fill it out here, make sure you have all the information. What you need to gather is your 1040s. When I say 1040s, I'm talking about the amount of money you've made for last year, because the schools are going to want to know, basically figure out your expected family contribution. That's the EFC that I was talking about. Expected family contribution. And a lot of people come back and say, expected family contribution, you're expecting me to contribute that much? Well, it's an imperfect system. I'd like to say it's fair because it's unfair to everyone equally. There's a small amount of money out there, but comparatively speaking, and we need a way to ration it. And this is the best way we can. It's going to look at your income and your assets. And, well, actually, it actually is going to look at your family's income and your family's assets. So if you have a son or daughter who's under the age of 24, who's going to go to school, if you're under the age of 24 and you're going to go to school, your parents' income information is going to have to be included. The way the calculation is, we don't want you to like hide your assets, give your assets all away and everything like that. A smaller portion of your assets go towards the calculation, but a majority is going to come from your income, how much you make, and that's going to be the deciding factor on whatever your expected family contribution is. So you fill out the FAFSA. It's going to ask for your income information, so have your tax returns handy. It's going to ask, in some cases, for your asset information, how much money you have saved. And then it's going to be sent to what we call a central processing system. The central processing system does the calculation, and it comes back with a number called the expected family contribution. Now, this is what schools are going to use. They have to use it for federal funds. And what they do is they figure out how much it's going to cost to go to the school. So they're going to take the tuition. They're going to take the fees that you paid in the business office. If you're going to stay in a residence hall, they call it residence hall now? A residence hall dormitory. There's a different name. A residence hall, they're going to charge that. They're going to take that into consideration. They're also going to take what the average student for your program or at that school pays for books and supplies. That's going to be included. What the average student pays for transportation to the school. Notice I'm saying average student, because they look at everyone. If you don't live on campus and you don't pay room and board to the school, they're going to figure out what the cost of living is for the average student in that area. So they'll take that That's the starting point. And they're going to call that the cost of attendance. The acronym is COA. Then they take the expected family contribution, the EFC, subtract it. They get a number called the need. And again, for lack of a better word, that's what they call it. Basically, in a perfect world, that would be what you need for college. So that's the amount that you that you're going to, you subtract family contributions, you're going to need this. And they'll hopefully give that to you.